So reflect on the day. And I didn't have a bad day. It was good to catch up with Glenn. It was good to talk to someone, to talk about something that means a lot. It was like the emotion of the connection to the words, to the wind, is all synchronistic. I rang Pine Gap. I'll probably put a bit more thought into next time I ring them. But I want to just build up and get comfortability ringing them to say that, you know, when I go for a job, say, yeah, I have rung up. So what did you used to ring up, Lynchy? And say, Lynchy used to ring up and just thank you guys, commend you guys and what you do. And who cares if you know everything about everything? It's in good hands. The headaches of the past make us get stronger and more resilient, and knowing how to build and move forwards from there with less headaches. So I'd represent them if they were to say that it was illegal for spying on everyone. Well, we've had to know everything. But guys, it's not like it's just someone that's just, okay, it's like the first day on the job. It's like let's start listening to people for the sake of listening to people. It would be that Martin gives full right in people wanting to study him of a topic of quite high interest. And that's all good. I don't even know who I am. I know that I've got some supernatural sort of ability in some sense. I've gone through high strangeness, spooky times. I've made more contact with extraterrestrials than any other human alive has ever done. And it's through my initiation through them, through my internal thought that was intelligent, that was coherent, that was smart. And the sky's lighting up, and I was just like, this is instinctually just going to pass down to everyone. So a normal psychiatrist that's in the public realms of things could go parapsychology. You know, I've just been pulled into the hospital and had like we've had a massive workshops after debrief about parapsychology. And it's really made me take a step back personally as a psychiatrist to look at things and say that if my internal thought, my internal energy and action can affect matter, effects and affect matter, then we need to worry about how we go into things, about creating it ourselves. So always having to try and find a fault, always having to find a problem, and having to fix it through a medication. What do the crows tell you, Lynchy? Well, I just have epiphanies around crows. You hear them, and it's just like, rest up tonight. Be good to your audience. Know that you got to be a good ambassador and a good role model. And you got to take charge and stand up for yourself and take charge of your own life. You've just got to every now and then just pick one thing and just thoroughly nut it out and work it out and just be able to execute it and be able to bring it forward to the table. that is quite comprehensive. It's super complexity and its comprehensiveness. How many different things you study to this to go into something else, and that's still just going on in the background. So it could be coming up New Year's Eve. I would like to put on a show at Pine Gap for some fireworks. Now, I want to be able to say ceremony and say a prayer at night, and to be able to bring us all together and show you how to make contact with extraterrestrials. The reason why I've been accepted today is because they've looked into it and they say a lot of my situation is top secret and classified, and the satellite footage is taken straight off. It's like not everyone needs to know, but it's like written documentation, high strangeness, lights in sky, sky lighting up for 40 k's radius. Guys, just like, man, it's like aliens have landed and he's like a channeler and stuff. It's like, this is quite amazingly interesting, but man, like, I think he's calling on the alien, sir. I think that this guy might have something. It might be a big player, a big situation, and really heavily into the. I think we need to look after this, and I do believe there is time travel. I believe when you go into sleep, you pass into the other side, that you could be fully conscious, and this is just a mirage. This is just a distraction. And when you remember your dreams and you forget your dreams, it's trying to get you to forget about it, because the man that gets gold is not the man that seeks gold. The man that's got gold always on their mind will never get gold. The person that is just like going with the flow, just being good to people. So I actually thank the intelligence and military for not letting, for realizing Trump was not at the right spec to be able to handle the situation, and for us to have this falling out, because it wasn't headed in the right direction. And I'm appalled by the audience that I used to market to, and the situation was pear-shaped. And you've got to pay your bills. I'm slowly paying my bills, but you have to pay your bills. And if you start paying your bills and things start working out in all areas that aren't even linked to it, then you know that you're on a good wicket, that you got to keep on paying your bills. Peter Dutton can go, well, we can't scrutinise anything, because if we make contact with him, obviously it's going to change everything, and he's going to be like, well, I better behave, and I better, my audience are us now. Did you say morning, morning, morning glory? When you get to this stage, you sort of, people could go, how does it feel? Do you feel a bit off-centered, like to the scale it is, to the scope it is, to the situation, the sincerity, it's the seriousness of it? And I'll be like, yeah, man, like, it's a bit sort of like, it shows me to say that I'm out of my depth, as in, like, it's beyond my control. I can't say that this has to happen, this is going to happen. I can't say that I can have any say. It is beyond my say, it's beyond my power. And you've just got to go with it. So it's like saying that someone spiked your drink of 20 times more mushrooms and you're tripping balls, and it's just like, you've just got to say to yourself, I am not going to waver. I'm not going to submit. I will not surrender. And I will not lose the person that I am deep down. Use your heart. Use your intuition. Use your smarts. Use your quick-wittedness. And the thing is with the trip is that it can give you epiphanies then, but then after it's got this ability that you just know things. It's like you've taken acid. Yeah, not even taken acid. What does that mean, man? It's like, well, you know how like I'm talking to you and you're listening. You've got one thing to do. Well, me, it's like having an epiphany of everything all put together, just and of going everything, every channel, every frequency is coming at me at once, and I just know everything. So I think I would like to develop to being respected again, but more respected by the newbies, to say that, you know, military and intel, they can come to me and just talk, 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 talk. Me just to listen, 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 listen. And for me just to say some stupid thing at the end for them to then not sort of, but then to work it out without me actually saying it by going, ah, it makes sense. See, I wanted it to be that you didn't have to spy on me, you just get to know me and love me to what it is, and then you'll instinctually know what I think. I want to have a large family. I want to take over the universe, but peacefully, with a laugh, carrying my sense of humor forwards. What does that get you, Lynchy? Ownership. Ownership. Sir, we're gonna call the satellites going out in space. You gotta look at this footage. Deet, 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 deet. Sir, I think they want some samples. Sir, the aliens have communicated to us that they want Lynchy samples in return. Trinkets, technologies, understandings, just know-how and pure anything we ever wanted at our fingertips. What does Lynchy think? Lynchy says go for it. And to say on the scale that it is, that it's out of my control. And I just say that they can't do anything wrong, because it's on a magnitude that I believe anything at the highest level, they cannot do anything wrong or anything, because it would just be done properly. Elon Musk goes, guys, I just had this epiphany, like what Lynchy was saying. I had 20 grams of psilocybin. I sat down there and I was like, Adam and Eve story, it doesn't make sense. Then I was like, Eve said, you know that mushrooms that we had? Adam goes, I heard sex is really good on that. And she's like, slapped him and goes, do you realise what this means? We've got to create the population of the planet. And our children will have to be within incest, and we will have to commit the same crime. We're going on strike. So it would be simple maths, but I don't know what we're talking about here. But you can't interbreed so much that you cannot, there's no more. There could be a next evolution, like a metamorphosis, that you become a monk and that you sort of Putin's like, give us a commandment, Lynchy. we can pass on to Pine Gap. And I said, you know, NSA, CIA, Area 51, Pine Gap Prism, you know those alien craft that landed at Roswell and you got their DNA and tested it and it wasn't even from here? It's like, well, I want to be on a project that I get a bit of their DNA spliced in me. Take them to the labs. Zzz. Give him his creator shot. It's like, Lynch, what are you trying to talk? What are you trying to say? And I'll be like, well, I don't know what I'm talking about.